you tell us, where is the curvature? That sea level, 8 inch per mile square, that stuff. Because now 10 miles is flat, but you shoot to curve, something like 66 foot of drop with accent, I can tell you in Italian, I can tell you in Croatian, it doesn't matter, it's the same,
See, Sasha, here's the thing. Usually, it's not your accent is fine. It's that sometimes you rush some words. That's the problem.
Oh, I rush.
Let's talk about the Earth rather than
rushing to sea level.
Mm-hmm. Russian. I've dated many foreign girls. I understand accents.
You are living on UK, like me.
Mm-hmm.
That's Ireland. All around, it's sea level.
Yeah, I've also lived near the Thames River. I know how fog affects how things look.
Yeah, can you live with that?
Mm-hmm.
You can live with that. Because, people saying that water is curving. The only problem is because water doesn't care what people say.
No, you're completely right. Water doesn't curve, but tides and waves do exist.
Yeah.
Yep. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about elevation change. We're talking about curvature.
Awesome. And being as water doesn't curve.
Water doesn't curve without an applied force. You guys are absolutely correct. The thing about that is, forces are applying to water all the time.
Awesome. Are you going to talk about gravity again?
I said forces, not just gravity.
Yeah, and
forces.
Not just gravity.
Oh, not just gravity, kinetic forces as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So being as water is level upon the surface, observed, measured, and practically used to be as such, where's the curve of the water of the Earth? Where is it?
I can give you many explanations. You just won't accept any of them.
Here we go, many. We want one.
Absolutely.
We want one proof that you can prove the horizon in the picture. In the picture. We're using an example. Of the picture. Show us the curve in the picture. Where is the horizon at 1.225 miles? Show it to us.
Calm down, Uncle fucking... Okay. Calm down, Uncle. Go back home. Honestly, you've outstayed the family gathering event. Back to what I was saying.
No, just you try to address the actual argument here instead of waffling away like a weasel.
A weasel? What do you guys have against weasels? They're beautiful.
Talk about weasels instead of the lack of curvature. Good idea. Let's just avoid that at all.
1.225.
Weasels are great. Anyway, to point out the forces that are applied to water, there's more than just gravity. You guys know this, right?
Gravity is one of them.
Yeah.
Gravity is not a force, is it?
Guys, stop fucking spurging out, okay? Do you guys need to go to care homes? You guys need somebody to fucking look after you and give you your meds?
Excuse me. Gravity is not a force. We had this conversation earlier. Would you?
I know. Gravity is an apparent force. Gravity is not an actual force. It's a phenomena that produces effects very similar to a force. Yes, we can agree on that.
That's the bending and warping of space-time, non-Euclidean geometry. You're going to apply to your curved surface.
The bending and warping of space-time produces an apparent phenomenon that is an apparent force. Yes.
So where is the curvature of the Earth then?
Pardon?
Where is the curvature of the Earth then? Where is it observed? Where is it measured?
Where is the curvature of the Earth? Everywhere on Earth.
Awesome. Can you point to it, please?
I can just point to the Earth.
Awesome. So underneath me, that's flat. That's curving, is it?
It's not flat.
No, is it not? Have you got a direct measurement of that?
I don't have the direct measurement, but it sure as fuck isn't flat. What can I say?
Well, being it is observed, measured, and practically used to be flat, that's not a problem. And I'm also talking to somebody who couldn't point to the horizon in a picture earlier, so most definitely wouldn't be able to point to the curvature of the Earth now, would you?
No, I can't point to the curvature of the Earth because it's apparent. It's not a real thing that actually exists in the universe. You're absolutely right.
Like the horizon?
You don't say.
Guys, you understand? Curvature is an aspect of something.
It doesn't
it's
exist.
Not an actual physical thing that exists on its own. Yeah.
So wait. What does apparent mean again?
Apparent is
Something saying.
You know
Something
what? No, I'm gonna go for the Google definition because I know what you guys are fucking like.
Yeah.
Hold on, sorry.
We'll be patient.
Sorry,
Okay, guys. So apparent, clearly visible or understood to be obvious.
5 seconds. The next time somebody comes in and asks a question like Heretic, please don't jump in and start making comments. Right, so Heretic has asked a question. He's going to get a direct response from this man. Nobody else is going to jump in with that 10 pence worth. Do you get me now? Question, response, please.
Smell juice.
So apparent means clearly visible or understood to be obvious. Shut up. Seeming real or true. Can this guy shut up?
Prove the globe, silly goober.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna piss on your fucking nan. Anyway, seeming real or true, but not necessarily so. Similar to the word ostensible.
Okay, so quick question: could you restate that statement you just said about the curvature of the Earth, where you said it was apparent, not actual?
Was it not actual? So it's apparent, clearly visible or understood to be obvious, seeming real or true, but not necessarily so. Absolutely. It seems to be
wait,
so.
quick question. Is the curvature of the Earth apparent or not?
It's apparent, obviously.
So it's actual?
No,
it's not
like, okay, visibly it's apparent, yeah.
Okay, but that would mean that it appears that way, but is not actually that way.
Yeah, if you look at the horizon, it appears the curvature is so. But if you use measurements that observe not the curvature itself, but the effects of curvature, then it necessarily must be true.
Well, wait, hold on. I just realized I got a little ahead of myself because I just realized that even in that sentence, you're misusing the word apparent, or at least from my perspective, you are. It's more subjective at that level. So I would say
subjective. We will cling on to that word. But continue.
So it appears the base word. All right. So I would say the Earth does not appear to be curved, but you would say it appears to be curved, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. But you do understand that apparent does not mean actual, meaning that something can appear to be one, but it does not mean it is that way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I just want to make sure we're clear on that.
Mm-hmm.
But then the question arises, do you have a direct measurement of the surface of the Earth detecting curvature?
No, because what you guys mean by direct measurement is not something that could be produced for something that can't be directly seen, but has to be seen through its consequences.
So you can directly observe the effects of curvature, but not.
So guys, let me give you the example. You can't directly see God, but you can see the consequences of God, right?
Oh boy, here we go again.
That's saying. The non sequitur. Listen, April, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. It's a non sequitur to what we're talking about. Nothing to do with it.
All right. Human society, you don't see it, you see its consequences.
Okay, but how do you know that those are consequences of curve if you've never observed curve? Wouldn't you have to have proof of the curve, confirmation of the curve, to know that any of these things are effects of curve?
No.
You don't have to prove the curve to know that something you're looking at is an effect of curve.
Say that again, please, and say it slower this time. Really listen to what you're saying.
You don't have to have proof of the curve to know whether something you're looking at is an effect of that curve you don't have proof of.
Do you realize what you just said?
Yes. Can you
say it again, this time slower. This time I want you to stress the A's and R's.
Twice is enough.
No, you're just going to answer now. You're not going to ask him to repeat it slower. You're not going to troll him like that, my motherfucker. You're just going to answer the question.
Yeah.
How do
you know that any of these are effects of curve if you can't directly confirm the curve?
Yeah.
You don't know the curve is there, so how do you know you're looking at an effect of it?
Do you guys know proof by contradiction? By any chance? Proof by contradiction.
Can't answer?
You can't answer.
You can't answer?
No,
He didn't
I'm
ask
asking you
to ask
guys.
him a question. Like, he asked
no,
you the kind of question where you're not supposed to answer with another question.
I can't answer. I'm just asking you a question.
You can't answer. Okay. Yeah, so you don't know that you're actually looking at the effect of any curve. You just imagine that to be the case. Because you don't know there's any curve there to know that there's any curve having any effect on anything. You just imagine.
A follow-up question, is it possible that you're only assuming that to be the case because you were raised to believe that? Is that possible?
No, I'm an extremely open-minded person. Most of the beliefs I was raised with, I don't currently have. I often have beliefs in opposition to the things I was raised to believe, actually. So I'm very much a person who can change their mind.
Well, that's good, but that doesn't answer my question, technically.
Well, no, it's not good because most of the things that I believe in are not things you would agree with. So you would say, oh, it's disgusting, you change your mind. But, anyway.
I get that. But the question, you still didn't answer the question, technically. The question is it possible that you're only assuming this or that effect or whatever to be an effect of curvature because you were raised to believe that? Is it possible that you only believe that because you were raised to believe that?
No.
It's not possible?
No.
You're going to say that? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that doesn't sound very intellectually honest to me, but whatever.
Oh, it sounds quite intellectually honest.
So how do you validate curve as the cause of any of these effects?
By having a basic understanding of non-Euclidean geometry.
Okay, someone else is gonna have to take this. I got a call, 1 sec.
So you mean you affirm the consequent then?
No, here's the thing. I understand that the universe has geometries that aren't Euclidean, and the universe also has geometries where results are based on things being literally light years away. And I also understand the universe has some effects based on geometries that are based on vector spaces.
These are just begging the question fallacies. This has nothing to do with trying to prove the curve.
Say that again?
These are just begging the question fallacies. You're just begging the question because your whole religion is nestled in your cosmos that you believe in. Therefore, your religion is true and your Earth is curved.
Okay, can you explain begging the question fallacy? I know what it is, but I need you to explain it because I don't believe you fully understand it. And I want to explain.
When your conclusion is in your premises, it is called the begging the question fallacy.
He does know it. That's good. And
so why is your conclusion within your cosmological paradigm?
Explain that one for me, please. Why
you were just saying how you know about the non-Euclidean geometry in the cosmos and all this bullshit. Like this has nothing to do with proving the curve on the Earth.
It absolutely is.
No, this is you talking about.
Well, no, you're begging the question by assuming that the Earth doesn't require proof
because your beliefs contain the Earth as a globe. That's not logical.
It is. You just misunderstand what logic is.
It's called being irrational. It's called the begging the question fallacy. It's not logical.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You just fundamentally
try to make a coherent argument for your side, or you're just going to waffle here with sophistry all day?
I'm not waffling. I'm not a sophist. I'm quite.
You are a sophist. That's pretty obvious for all to see. You have used nothing but sophistry since you got here. Try to make a coherent, logical argument, and we will go from there.
We're waiting.
Waiting for what?
Your logical argument instead of the sophistry you say you don't.
Arguments about what? I'm so, like, you guys have me so disorientated all the time.
Yeah, we gave you a modus tollens argument, and you said you couldn't see the horizon. You don't know where the ground and the sky are. You're retarded. Yeah, we know.
You call me retarded? That's not very nice. I assume you're trying to offend me.
I know it's not very nice. But that's just my opinion of you after having listened to you using nothing but sophistry and not a single ounce of fucking logic.
I'm actually mentally disabled. You're being very mean to me. You're a bully.
Well, maybe you should go then.
Maybe no, I shouldn't go.
I'm speaking about your disabilities.
I'm still very intelligent. I am mentally disabled.
I'm not saying anything about that. I clearly specified.
No, why? You're a bully.
I clearly specified.
You bully disabled people.
Why anyway, I call you a sophist.
The subject is done.
You're specified why I called you a retard, because you're a sophist, and only because of that. That has nothing to do with anything else.
Well, no, but just what I call sophists. Sophists have been some of the smartest people I know. If they've been so smart, they've managed to fool the masses. Sophistry is something that we actually see amongst the smart people, not the stupid people.
Victim.
No, you see it mostly from Machiavellian types and narcissists.
Exactly, the smart people who have the intelligence to manipulate people, not stupid people. Don't misunderstand what sophistry is. Sophistry isn't.
I've seen plenty of dumb sophists, my friend. It has not. It's not equal to intelligence.
No,
just
but
like
it is correlated
proven here tonight.
It is correlated with intelligence.
Victim.
I'm not a victim, no. I'm mentally disabled and I have been bullied. But yeah, I don't really care. It's whatever.
Hold on. Yeah, every single time that someone's raised their voice or used a word you don't like, victim. You've also made up the fact that you probably are not even disabled. You're a victim and you want to be a victim.
Oh no, I am disabled. Do you want to see my benefit claims forms? I can prove to you I'm actually disabled.
Be up for discussion, mate. You shouldn't even bring it up.
I should do though. He called me a retard, bro. Like it's fucking bullying, dude. He tried to make me feel bad about being mentally disabled.
Do you want to be a victim all your life? Do you want to be a victim all of your life?
Oh no, I don't pretend to be a victim. I'm doing quite well.
Shut up. Stop.
I'm attractive. And I'm smart. There are parts of my life I really love.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
So stop being a victim and let's get back on subject.
I'm not trying to be a victim. That's what I'm talking about. No, don't do that. I'm pointing out how he's being a bully. Don't say, I'm being a victim.
Yeah, I'm not being a bully. I clearly defined for you what I was talking about when I used that word. I'm not talking about what you are talking about. So you're just building a straw man and trying to burn it because you're irrational.
Okay.
Okay. Sound like a fucking 5-year-old, man. Fuck arguing with a woman.
He just been destroyed.
Do you not like women? Because the women I've spoken to have been amazing.
Here you go again. You want to talk about anything but the topic here, huh?
No, but he brought up women. I'm pointing out women can be great if you meet good women and you speak to them nicely.
It's just a sidebar, dude. Don't jump all over it. Let's just stay focused here.
Women are just great if you be friends with them and you pull up with them and you have conversations with them. You know what I'm saying? Women can be great.
So what do you want to talk about?
Not everybody has to have a wife and be fucking miserable with the wife.
Drunk.
Get back to the topic, April.
For the last 2 hours, what do you expect from the guy?
Guys, seriously, you can have a wonderful time with your wife. Just saying.
Hey, April.
Just
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What reason do I have to doubt that the Earth is flat?
The fact that the moon doesn't really change its appearance at all, no matter where you go, it should signify based on basic optical knowledge of parallax and stuff. And not even parallax, just the fact that we understand how straight lines work at distances. Clearly, the moon must be very far away. We're thousands of miles. Because when you see things even miles away, they don't.
April, did you see ever in your life lake or body of water? Ever?
Wait, yeah, but let's analyze this. I just asked you a question about the surface of the Earth, and you pointed to the moon and said the moon is doing this, thus the Earth must be curved.
Yes, okay. In the exact same way that if you look at an ecosystem, you don't just look at the fucking plants on the ground. You look at everything going on. Yeah.
No, that's a non sequitur.
No. It's not a non sequitur. The Earth is more complicated. The universe is more complicated than just the surface of the Earth.
No, you're looking at
on just the surface of the Earth. There is things above the surface of the Earth.
It's a non sequitur.
Yeah, you're looking for curvature of the surface, so that's where you want to look.
Okay, this is how you guys tried to divert the conversation.
Divert by talking about the exact thing we're talking about.
Where you can just bring it into like a constant circle about, can you find curvature of the Earth? No, I cannot find direct curvature of the Earth. I need to use stuff outside of the curvature of the Earth. No, you can't do that. You have to look at the curvature of the Earth. I can't use the direct curvature of the Earth. Oh, no, I need to use stuff outside of the curvature of the Earth.
People.
No, you cannot use things outside of the curvature of the Earth.
Thank you for admitting at least that you cannot find the curvature of the Earth in your beginning of your
directly, yes. I cannot use a ruler and show you the curvature of the Earth directly on the ground. I need to go above sea level.
You could use lasers of different wavelengths if you wanted to try it.
No, because you guys say, oh, actually, the atmosphere and blah, 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 blah.
No, don't you know that lasers of different wavelengths refract at different rates? So you would see by the separation of the beams how much refraction is in the air? You don't know that?
That's already been done, and y'all fucking said it wasn't true. Okay?
It's already been done, and it shows that the Earth is flat.
How high do you need to go to see the curvature, April?
Like... many miles.
How many miles?
Huh?
How many miles?
I don't know. It depends.
You are saying now.
Sasha. It depends. How good are your eyes? What lenses are you using? What is the atmosphere like? I don't know.
Yeah, and how high we need to go?
I don't know. It depends.
It depends of what?
It depends on the conditions. It depends.
Approximately.
Approximately, I don't know. I don't know the average stats for this.
What is the first height when you can start to see the curvature?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
I can Google it. Maybe it will give me an answer. Maybe it won't. I don't know.
Oh. You think that everything is on Google?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Does Google saying also how it's curving in reality?
Yeah, there were plenty of wiki pages on it. Yeah.
Okay,
there are plenty of non-wiki pages on it.
Okay, April. That means that you will Google and believe that what some people think about that lake, or you will believe that lake. Go to that lake and see yourself. Maybe it's not curving.
Do I believe what lake?
Yeah, because I can Google it and somebody can say, look, this lake, it's going up cylindrical, or whatever. It's spiraling, It's spiraling every 1 mile, and have waves like 30 meters waves. And I say, oh, fuck, let's see that. And I go to that lake, and that lake doesn't have like a wave, not even like 20 centimeters.
Well, you understand that, they wouldn't say the lake has 30-meter waves. Every wave is different. They would say the biggest wave the lake ever had was like 30 meters.
That means lake, what is some big lake, it's curving for sure, because it must curve, because we are on spherical land. And if it's written on Google with that size, it must curve in reality, of course. And you don't need to check that because they are saying that. The problem is you need to live with reality now. You have this information, and you can live with that. You can believe that what Google's saying, or you can believe that nature, how it's presenting itself. And that's on you now. It's not, nobody wants that you...
Well, you guys don't even believe in nature. You guys don't even believe in evolution.
No, I believe in nature. I believe that lake doesn't curve and the ocean doesn't curve.
You believe in evolution? No, you don't. You don't believe what nature shows you.
That's a false equivalence.
How people in
Switzerland... theory is not nature.
April, how people in Switzerland calling sea level? People in Switzerland, how they are calling sea level?
Something sea level, something Switzerland. What?
Yeah, how people in Switzerland saying for the sea level, how they call that?
I don't know. They call sea level sea level. What?
Okay, and which sea level they are using for measuring mountains?
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know about Switzerland. What?
Yeah, but Switzerland, it's not on the sea. It's inside of the Europe.
I don't know. They just use, I don't know, fucking global average. I don't know.
Global average.
Maybe. I don't know. I told you I don't
And
know.
what is telling you sea level? Is that maybe average called 0 point?
I don't know.
How you? What is that in UK? That hills? You know what you have hills in Scotland. Is that elevation above the sea level?
What?
What? All around UK, it's a sea level, not sea curve.
Sea level is different at different elevations. Not different elevations, sorry, different, not elevation, what the fuck's it called? Different.
Yeah, I go to one hill.
Wait a second. It's latitude.
Listen, I'm in London, and I go to one hill, and then that hill is 100 meter, and now I go to Birmingham, you know, and I go to another hill that is 200 meter hill, you know, and I'm 200 meter above the sea level, also in Birmingham, and there was 100 meter in London above the sea level, but sea level is the same, you know, it doesn't curve. And that land doesn't curve also.
That's like asking Yo-Yo Smasher. That's like asking, why do you call yourself a mathematician? You don't know all the math in the world. Okay.
I know what is sea level.
Sea level is an average.
But it's a level, you know.
We have tides all over the planet based on
of course, tides more or less, you know, but on some distance, you know, for example.
Exactly. So this idea there's an exact sea level, it just isn't true.
Yeah, but for example, you have the guy who made a photo distance, long distance photo. It's like 275 miles, you know. And then he got some mountains there with elevations, you know, above the sea level.
Okay. Hey, what's going on, you guys?
This is going to blow your guys' minds. Did you know
what's on my mind?
They actually don't reach the same heights every single day.
Wait, are you guys talking about? Are you guys talking about flat Earth or anything right now?
Yep, I'm talking about tides.
The tides?
Yep, tides never reach the same height twice. Never.
I don't believe in flat Earth.
I don't know that.
So there are actually so many bodies affecting the gravitation that produces tides in the first place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you guys know about like how chaotic bodies work. This idea you have a system and small changes in the beginning affect changes in the end.
Stories. If you want to present something to support your belief system, then you're welcome to try to do so.
It's just true.
We are not here to listen to your nonsensical stories and your belief system and your rants.
But nothing curves. That's the point.
I like ranting.
Well, that's not true because booties curve. What are you on about?
So, if gravity is affecting the oceans, right, then it must be curving, right? The ocean must be curving if it's being affected.
Yes. No. Okay. Here's the thing. It depends on what you mean by curving. If you mean curving in reference to the surface, then no. If you mean curving, and gravity doesn't cause curving in reference to the surface.
So it's not causing the ocean to conform to a ball.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Did you know it's not?
I'm getting some clarification on what you're saying. Hold on, whoever you are. So I'm just getting some clarification on what you're saying.
So, for example, if the Earth was a perfect sphere, then gravity.
Irrelevant. I didn't ask about the shape of the sphere or whether it's perfect.
I'm giving the explanation.
I asked about whether oceans are conforming to it, meaning that they would curve around its surface.
See, this is why I educate people who are 18.
Okay, educate me then. I'm asking for you to do that. Do the oceans conform to the surface of a sphere, imperfect or otherwise? Doesn't matter. That's the question. Okay, go.
The Earth isn't a sphere.
Okay. So what?
There's your answer. The Earth isn't a sphere. So your question is invalid.
So what is it?
The Earth is approximately an oblate spheroid.
It's an oblate spheroid. So.
Approximately.
Okay, great. Approximately an oblate spheroid. So are oceans conforming to an approximate oblate spheroid?
Yes.
Yes, they are. Okay, so there should be observable, measurable curvature over the surface of an ocean then, since it's conforming to an oblate spheroid, which is a curved object, right?
There isn't observable curvature over the surface.
Why not? How do you know it's there then?
Because the surface adheres to the approximate oblate spheroid.
How do you know that if you don't observe it?
Well, we can though. We can observe the effects. We don't directly observe it.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. One of the effects of that oblate spheroid with gravity would be the curved oceans that we're talking about. But you say you don't observe those, so how do you know that they're there?
We indirectly observe them for things like.
Why would we have to do that? Why can't we just directly observe them?
Can you directly observe every murder?
No.
Exactly.
It's a false equivalence.
It's not.
It is.
So how big is it? How big is your oblate spheroid?
No, because a murder has consequences.
Got an approximate radius
curvature has consequences.
Okay, yeah. Curvature has consequences, but you don't know that there is any because you still haven't demonstrated.
And you don't know if there's a murder.
That's a begging the question fallacy.
You don't know if there's a murder. Maybe it was a. Maybe
you use it as a premise in your argument.
Maybe it was a suicide.
Okay, that's great. But enough about that. I know you're really desperate to get off this topic. Whatever you can do. But does your oblate spheroid have an approximate radius value?
Like. Roughly 4,000 miles?
Roughly 4,000 miles. Okay, that's good enough to have. Okay, no problem. We should have a geometric horizon at roughly 1.2 miles times.
Bearing in mind, guys, the radius actually changes all the time.
Okay, I'll give you 4,600 miles. Do you think that'll cover any change?
No, it's like 3,900 and something miles.
Sure, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you 4,600. How about that?
What? No, that's not even roughly. You don't want it? 1,000. That's like a whole half of 1,000 extra. That's not even remotely.
Yeah, no problem. It won't make any difference. It won't make any difference.
Yes, it will.
1 foot observer height.
Are you kidding me?
At a 1 foot observer height.
What do you want about? Shut up.
Hold on.
You're being cringe. Be quiet.
At a 1 foot observer height with the 4,600 mile radius value, you might get an extra tenth or two of a mile of geometric horizon distance. So, big deal. Doesn't really matter. Your variable radius and your oblate spheroid doesn't really do anything to affect the rate of curvature we should be seeing over the surface, so it's a red herring, it's a non sequitur, and it doesn't matter. So where is this curvature, and how do you know it's there if we don't observe it? Because it should be observable given the dimensions that you just claimed.
Who keeps muting me?
I do, because you won't shut up when I'm talking.
Show me your balls.
I'm done, though. I stopped talking, so you can go now.
Do you have balls?
That's also off topic.
Okay. I won't mention it again then. I'm
I know you have ball envy because you're in desperate search of a ball. You don't have any, so you can only imagine them, obviously. That's why you're here doing this. But anyways, try to stay focused on the topic.
I have wonderful balls.
Yeah, see, I shouldn't have even said that because now you're completely distracted. So let's go back to the topic, right? Given the radius that you've claimed, right, there should be a pretty observable amount of curvature. We've just talked about the formulas, right? We're not observing it. Why not? Where is it? How do you know it's there if we don't observe it?
Will you let me speak the whole time? You won't mute me, okay?
Yeah.
Can you promise this?
Okay, are you gonna
No promises.
No, I'm being serious now because you keep muting me.
Yeah, don't waste your airtime to ask if you can talk. Just talk.
My airtime?
You have the airtime for. Okay, now you're going to waste it on not talking. So you're either going to not talk about the topic or you're not going to talk. Not a lot of glow proof to be found there.
What's the question? Sorry, I forgot. I was too busy.
Well, yeah, you gave me the approximate radius value. From that, we get the approximate rate of curvature, the geometric horizon distance we should be seeing, right? So we have all of that now because you've given us the radius, right? We're not observing it. You've said yourself that we can't observe it, even though it should be observable, given the geometry that you've claimed. So the question becomes, how do we observe it? How do we know it's there if you don't observe it?
Can you observe the entire border of Spain?
Okay, it's another non sequitur.
No, seriously, can you observe the whole border of Spain?
No, yes, seriously, that it was a non sequitur. Try to answer the question.
It's not you guys don't understand what non sequitur means.
Yeah, it doesn't follow. It has nothing to do with what I just said.
That's not what non sequitur means.
Yeah, it is.
No, non sequitur means that the logical...
It doesn't logically follow. Okay, so start again. We're trying to find this curve. You say it's there, but you also say it can't be observed. That doesn't logically follow either. How do you know it's there if it can't be observed if you haven't observed it? What are you talking about?
You guys already decided I was wrong before I even started speaking.
You won't speak. You waste all your airtime saying stuff like this instead of telling us why you're right.
Yeah, that was a mind-reading fallacy as well. Try to answer the question.
Mind-reading fallacy. Okay.
Yeah, when you try to divine other people's intent and what they think or what they're gonna do. That's a fallacy.
And the biggest amount of projection ever.
Yeah. So how can you know? How can you know?
Oh my god! I can't even point out how there are things that are simply too large, too round, that I can't show you them.
They're
in
not
like
too
a laboratory.
Not too large. Once again, you've given us the radius value. From that, we can derive the rate of curvature. We can derive the geometric horizon distance. It's not too large to observe, geometrically speaking, based on that radius you gave us. So why don't we observe it? And if we don't observe it, like you agree we don't, how do you know it's there?
But we do observe it.
Oh, okay, now we do. Okay, where?
Yeah. We know that the Earth is a globe based on the fucking pounds of stars.
Oh, now we're looking away from the surface again. We're looking away from the globe itself.
Yeah, and
again.
this is exactly. This is your obfuscation.
No.
Yes.
No, looking
so something
anywhere
away from
but
the surface can never affect the surface.
No, looking away from the surface, the very thing in question here, and talking about everything else, that's the obfuscation. So can you get back to the point, which is the surface?
Why do you keep muting me?
Because you don't shut up and because you keep going off topic.
You hate my voice, don't you?
No, because we're going to go directly to the surface, right? The thing that you're saying is curved, and we're going to find the curvature there directly. We're not going off of it. We're not going somewhere else. We're not looking in the opposite direction. So when you do that, yeah, I'm just going to mute you and bring it back. Yeah, we're not going to look in the wrong direction. We are going to look at the thing you are claiming by looking in the wrong direction.
Okay.
So how can we directly observe it? Given the dimensions you've claimed, we should. It's not that big. It's not too big.
Directly. Tell me, what does directly observing curvature mean? What?
Looking at it.
What?
Looking at it.
Seeing curvature.
Yeah.
What if the curvature... What if the curvature can be shown to exist, but is too small for you to see with the naked eye at the surface of the beach? Right,
well, like you say, we should see the effects of it, the main one being a geometric horizon. That should be the main effect.
I never said you had to see it with the naked eye.
Well, we should see a geometric horizon. If not with the naked eye, then
for example, bacteria exist. You believe this, yes?
Okay, it's another irrelevant thing. Because
it's not irrelevant. It's not irrelevant at all. It's not irrelevant at all. You can say it's a non sequitur. You can say it's not irrelevant. It's not irrelevant. That doesn't mean that you're right.
Right. But now you're just talking about why you can't
if you want to go into some kind of asking us a question, first establish your point and then ask us a question.
So the point I'm making is
don't try to answer a question with a question. Answer the question first, and then you can ask us the question based on your answer.
Okay. There are many facts about the real world you cannot see.
Okay, so once again, you're just going to tell us why we can't see the thing that you're claiming. So how do you know it's there if you can't see it? It's kind of self-defeating, don't you think?
Magnetism.
Magnetism?
You cannot see magnetic fields.
Okay, yeah, but that's irrelevant because we should be able to see the thing.
It's not irrelevant because you
it is
cannot
irrelevant.
see.
It's a false
you cannot
equivalency.
see directly.
Okay, gotta meet you again. It is irrelevant
this is a
because
false
it's a false equivalency. Yeah, it's false equivalence, right? Because we should be able to see it given the dimensions and given the radius value that you just claimed. 1.2 miles at a 1 foot height is not too far to see because as you can see we have a picture of a horizon that's 10 times further than that, right? The camera can resolve that far so we can see things that are further than that. It's a false equivalence. Try again.
Just because the camera can see it doesn't mean you can notice the curvature.
Simple geometry.
I'm very good at geometry, and I know that you don't know fully what geometry is. So.
Okay.
You know what?
I literally get paid to teach people geometry. I know geometry. I know that you guys think you know geometry.
You clearly don't, bro.
I clearly do.
Yeah, you're going off topic again. We should be able to resolve this horizon. Given the telescope, the telephoto lens, good camera, we should be able to resolve this 1.2 mile horizon and confirm its existence. No problem.
You can resolve it. Does that mean the human eye can distinguish it? No.
That's irrelevant. The human eye looks through a camera. The human eye looks at a patch. The human eye looks at a picture that was taken with a zoom lens. That's irrelevant. We don't need to see it with our naked eye. We can use tools to resolve it.
You have to be able to resolve it for the human eye to see it.
We did, using a camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.